Welcome, dudes, to the second episode of the Disgaea RPG podcast. Joining me today is Asriel.
Hi, how you doing?
It's all going good. So, let everyone know whereabouts they might have seen you before in the community.
I'm generally on the Disgaea RPG public Discord a lot, like the official Discord, and then I pop into Hazank's NetherRealm every now and then, Discord wise. There, I also do a lot of work on the wiki, so probably see my username pop up if you ever look on the right side of the wiki. Where they're like, oh, recent updates.
So, what's the main thing you've been doing on the wiki lately?
Basically the only thing I've even touched on the wiki is the tier list, just because of how massive it is and how much we've had to change it, and not necessarily the tier placements, but like the setup.
Yeah, I looked the history the other day for it, and there's a lot of amendments for it.
Yeah, there definitely is.
So, has that been solely you doing it? Is it on the tier list?
I'm probably like 98% of the tier list work. Well, I can't even say that. That's a little bit unfair. Arctica, I think is his name. He's been doing a lot of the templates for me. So he'll make a template for me to work with, and then I just start filling in all the information for all the. So like, if you're not familiar with how fandom works, there's like templates that you put into the it's like a pre-programmed block, and then you can just put what you need, information you need in it.
Yeah, I've seen similar to that before in the Dokkan Battle wiki. That was fairly similar to that, I think.
Yeah, it's all fandom wikis just do it. So, but he's been helping a lot with the more technical side of things. I've been doing basically tons of research, data entry, reading, and trying to make it all easy to understand.
Yeah, because I'm on the Discord as well. I've seen you on there asking people what they think of the placements as well.
Yeah, I try to keep it fair. I don't want to have like a super heavily bias towards my own opinions on the tier list and everything, because then it's not a very useful public resource if it's just one guy's opinion of things.
But obviously, Callidia is S tier wherever he goes, so you, no need to ask anyone's
Well,
opinion there.
damage wise, yeah, he's pretty dumb. Doesn't really bring a whole lot support wise. I don't even think I listed him on the
No, he's
support
not. He's not at all
category.
anywhere. No, it's just
Yeah,
damage. Yeah.
yeah, he's nuts right now, and he'll probably sit in S tier for a while just because of how relevant he is. Because just with raid battles, period, just so strong of a
Yeah,
character.
he's the raid king with that 100% on single enemy monster.
Yeah, and the real thing that makes him insane is the fact that like a lot of people are like, oh well, turn one you won't have the damage boost, but you will because his unique AOE attack that he has with the turn buffer. I think they're called prohibition, repeat prohibition skills.
Oh yes,
Uh,
can't think what it's called now, but the 35 SP one. I know which one you mean.
yeah, well, it gives him 1,000 action gauge and buffs his attack by 25%. So basically, it's a free turn, so he can just kill the AOE, like AOE the wave, and now just the boss is there, and it's just a 1v1 at that point while his team buffs him.
Yeah, that's a great move he's got there. I was looking at earlier the tier list, and I was looking at it's given me a good idea who I think is going to be quite future proof as well. I was looking at there's only a few characters that appear on quite a lot, and so you've got Pure Sicily is the highest damaging magic one, but then she's also an S tier support as well. So once her damage does run out, I know the future that she's going to be a top tier support as well.
Yeah, she definitely. Right now, Magic dealers kind of got the short end of the stick. They don't. They lack something really important for a damage dealer, in my opinion. They don't have a character that has a low cost AOE, an S skill or high damage single target skill, and a damage boosting passive. Most characters that are really strong, like even the aforementioned Tyrant Overlord Callidia, he has all of those things. He has his 55% skill damage passive when he has a fist. We just don't have an int based character right now that has that and an AOE and a strong single target. So for now she's S. So
Yeah, is that Marjolein going to be our first as close to that as possible?
yeah, we get her pretty soon. Actually, I
Yeah,
think the said this month. I think is what the
I found about the it's not the 16th, is it? It must be around the 20th. I'm sure around that time.
Yeah, it's after the Asagi banner,
Yeah.
which that banner is going to be really strong. It's just going to be kind of rough unless they give us pity, which I doubt they will.
No, I don't think they will do. I think they'll be cruel.
Mm,
I think that they know people will summon on that regardless of pities or not.
yeah, of course, with how overhyped that Overlord Asagi is easily the most hyped character that the game has had so far. People thought New Year's Roslyn was bad.
Yeah, I never quite got the hype for New Year Roslyn. I know she's good and she helps with the experience gates and other stuff as well, but
Hmm.
I never pulled for her
So
actually myself.
New Year's Roslyn is a big reason that I took the task upon myself to make this global tier list because in the early stages of the game, there was a lot of misinformation coming from the Japanese wiki because they have a tier list over there, and the problem with their tier list is they don't update it at all. So if a character had S, like, New Year's Roslyn, A, they didn't give a reason for it, and then B, it would make it look like it's still relevant in their meta, which, I mean, she's nichely relevant. The big hype factor, I actually explain it in the support tier list on her. I actually have her at B tier, I believe. Yeah, I have her at B tier. And the big thing that makes her really strong is actually the plus 100 action gauge at the start of wave. A lot of people use it to like cheese the XP gates, but that's really not where it becomes broken. Where it becomes broken is it actually lets you act before enemies that start at action gauge 1000.
Oh, that I did
So
not know.
yeah, so like if you go to like you could see it in the tower actually even right now. If you go to Overlord's tower, there's I think it's stage 26. They have the massive debuffs that they throw on your team. So if you actually
Yes.
have a mm-hmm,
That's the pirate stage, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's that one.
I think so.
Yeah, where in or attack doesn't work, nothing like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can actually pro tip for everybody if you're stuck on that stage, if you level up you don't even need to level her up actually. If you just have like an any 5-ish professor, slap a staff on her, I think it's in scaling. She has a cheap AoE that she can cast instantly. And if you have her, she's very fast, so you can just stack boots up on her and throw New Year's Roslyn on, and that'll help you get over that stage.
Oh, very nice.
If you have both those characters, anyway.
Yeah, I think I used the pretty method in the end with a pure flon,
Mm-hmm.
the high resistance, chuck a prinny, and just hope for the best. Yeah, that worked in the end for
see,
me.
see, I haven't done that. I got to keep my zero Prinny Throne
You keep
Medal of Honor on my
you're keeping
account.
it at 0.
Yup.
Any reason, or you just don't want to do it?
just because it's funny, in my opinion. I don't know.
What's that? That put you at the lowest ranking on the was it
Yeah,
the data shop bit on there?
yeah, I'll be on the lowest ranking, except for the other people that also haven't thrown a Prinny that joined the game after me.
All right,
they'll be below me.
that's a weird one.
Yep. Yep.
So
But
I looked at the tier list earlier, and I
mhm.
noticed one support. Well, I think they're a support unit who isn't on there yet. What I was going to ask you about,
Uh, who,
the Celestial Host, the one that can resurrect people.
I actually completely intend to. I know she is on the support tier list.
No, the male one.
Oh, the male.
Yeah,
Oh no, actually, I have not added him at all. Um, let me.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
a few
only he's a
characters have.
native 2 or 3 star, so he's not an important one. He'll be a low tier, but I just thought he's got that resurrection skill. It's a quite unique skill. It's the only one I think I could see looking at who might be missing, and that was the only one I could see.
Yeah, I mean, I had a few missing. I've added them as I go. I'll probably errata the tier list after we're done talking today and put him in here somewhere. I gotta read his kit. You're talking about the Celestial Host, right?
Yeah, he's the spear one. I mean,
Yeah.
he's nothing special, but he's I think all his abilities are sort of small support buffs, but it's mainly he's got one skill where he can revive a random ally.
I mean, that's still pretty useful.
It's
I
it's
mean,
good, yeah. That's if he survives, that is, because he'll probably be one that dies first.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be the problem. Is anybody that he would want to revive would probably. However, I could see a use for him with a character like Ayame that draws aggro.
Oh yeah,
You know, that would keep
that's a
him
good
alive, and then he
combination.
could resurrect her. Yeah, that would work. So I don't know. I'll have to play with him and see where he should go.
Yeah.
I tried any of the characters I actually have. I like to actually use and get a feel for, where they belong.
What? So do you level up everyone you get?
Not massively, just to enough to be able to get them working. If I have them at a point where I think that they're going to be able to shine at all, obviously I don't put that as my main focus on it. I have a rule with tier lists in general that every character on a tier list for me, when I tier them, they're placed as if they're in optimal conditions.
Yeah, which that's
Because
the right thing to do. Yeah.
yeah, because in my opinion, like a tier list is how good is the character, not all the other random factors. Like if there's something they do though that I think is really unique, I will put it in their pros. Or if they do something a little better. So like the support tier list, I decided ultimately that every character will be treated as if they're on the team that they would best be on. So for example, like Cicely, I have her treated as just a sword support because she's a sword support,
Yeah,
even though
especially
she's a
with
staff
that
character.
SP plus 10 she gives to sword people. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And she can equip a sword and have the SP plus 10 to herself as well, which a lot of people kind of write off because of her forte. They just give her staff. But I mean, that is something you can do with her.
Nick, you explained to me the other day when I slightly questioned why Love Oracle wasn't in the B tier, and you sort of explained to me that convenience should not be a factor when it comes to tier lists.
Yes, exactly. So even though Love Oracle is a fantastic character, because you can get such a high NE on him and he's free, ultimately, like, the way I look at it, so the argument's always been, well, what if a free-to-play player needs it? But people forget that, what if a free-to-play player got lucky and got the good character, and now you're telling him that he's not as good as Love Oracle, you know?
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
where I always
it makes
look at it a
sense,
little weird. Mm-hmm.
but it's just that after using Love Oracle, and I thought, oh, they're pretty decent, and then it's because they're only six, and my other staff ones are lower NE than them, and that'd be why
Exactly.
they're performing better.
Mm-hmm. So, and ultimately, in the future, we're gonna have access to a lot more any printies and printy hides than we do right now. We'll be able to get about 3 a month from printy coins when we get those. So, I mean, getting all 3 would be difficult for a free to play player every month for sure, but it's there, so you will be able to get them.
What? So do
You know.
you play Japan? Do you?
No, I just talked to a lot of JP players to
Okay.
figure out how everything works, and generally on the public Discord, we have a lot of JP players play both.
Yeah,
They'll
so I
bring
know
up what's
so
what.
Hayes Inc. plays JP. I think he posts about that as well. Just I never
Hmm.
tend to watch it myself because I don't play it, and I don't want to be looking 18 months in the future and get myself hyped up
Exactly.
about. So I try to stay away from Japan as much as possible.
That's my logic too. I think that there's a degree of paying attention to their metagame and figuring out how things work in their game, what's good and all of that. Because having the foresight is good. When you know what's coming, you can save better. The problem is that a lot of people will look at what's currently in JP and they'll get so hyped for that they end up saving a year ahead. There's no point at that point. You have guaranteed pity at 45,000 nether quartz spent in JP generally for badass fest banners and stuff too. So like
Yeah,
you don't even need to save more than that.
that comes in on Thunderlord Lahole on the first year anniversary banner. I'm pretty sure that's that comes
I
in.
believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's when we get that. Badass banners are pretty good value for free to play players in general, though, in my opinion. As long as you're not chasing. If you're not chasing one character, you'll come out on top.
Yeah, which I
Pay
did.
to pay players.
I chased for Callidia.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
I did too.
I,
Everybody on the Discord knows I spent 90,000 quartz on him, so.
yeah, I had better luck than that. I think I spent 100k and I got 2 copies, but you 90k for 1 copy. That's hard going.
Yeah. I mean, I any tend my girl Laharl though out of it, so can't complain too much. She's a fantastic support. So
How many copies did you get?
At 6.
6. I got
Uh,
3. I think I got 3 or 4 copies of her.
yeah, I
And
already had her at any +5, so.
oh, that's my first copy is getting her then. So
Mm,
I was happy about that because I got loads because I didn't because being fairly free to play, not spending on any banners before Callidia, I didn't have a whole lot of
mm.
4 stars. So when I did put the 100k in, my box just got a lot bigger. So a lot better.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got Sicily up to NE5 straight away. Yukimaru up to NE5, I think, straight away.
Yukimaru is pretty good. A lot of people sleep on her. I have her a little. She's pretty low on the tier list for me, but I mean, it's only because right now we don't have any really, really potent axe characters, and she only gives 7 SP to sword characters. So
Oh, is
you
that
know,
sword and axe, isn't it? She does. Is that
yeah, she
yeah
does sword and axe. The only problem is that you have Sicily and Dark Knight that give 10 SP and also do more
yeah
for the team. So she's kind of lower right now. She'll probably get a bump up though when we get like Zeno Mao. He's actually really good. Nobody talks about him. He's kind of just like Tyrant Callidia to be honest, except for I think he hurts himself with his attacks.
okay. Bit random that one.
I mean, yeah, but I mean he has almost the exact same um, kit.
Is he
So
badass as well?
yeah, he's a badass.
Yeah.
So. Hmm.
So do you know if I wasn't too sure if they do, but do the badass units rotate eventually? Because currently in
Yes.
global we got every badass unit is on every bad banner.
To my knowledge, what's been explained to me from the people that play JP, and I mean they can correct me if I'm wrong in your comment section, I'm sure, but they actually rotate them out after I think 5. When we have 5 badasses, they'll drop 1 and then put like the new one in basically. So we won't have more than that. I think it's 5. I'm not positive if it's 5, but I'm pretty sure it's 5.
Yeah, that's a nice number. I think 5 would be a good amount. If any more than that, it's gonna be diluted a bit too much.
Mm-hmm. And they'll rotate it. So like those characters will come back. It's not like they're gone forever.
Yeah, so
They'll just rotate them
just
through.
drop Tyrant Valvatorez for one, bring back the next, dropped Awakened Rosalind, that sort of way.
Yeah, like that exactly. And then I mean, if you talk to JP players, they still pull these characters. So like, you'll see them.
Yeah, that's my. It's not really a regret, but my only slight concern with any tenning Overlord Callidia straight away is I'm pretty sure now I'm going to pull more copies in the future.
Yeah, but I mean, worst case, he's printing coins. So
Yeah. Or having 2 Overlord Callidias at any 10 wouldn't be awful.
I guess you could do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't aim for that. I wouldn't pull for 2 any 10s, not at all. But
Yeah, but I mean, if you get them, you get them. Yeah. Yeah, my logic was especially looking at the roadmap. I'm a fist main, so I have a fist team.
Same.
Through.
Yeah.
So I got my fist characters up to where I wanted them, and then now I'm just sitting on it,
So what is your fist team you got at the minute?
Right now I'm running Tyrant Overlord Callidia as my damage dealer. Then I have Gorla Harl as a Mega Braveheart booster and SP battery, because she gives 10 SP to the person behind him. She's actually, in my opinion, the best buffer for Callidia, because her plus 200 action gauge per turn any, instead of being a hindrance like it is in most team comps, is a benefit, because she can stay in front of him. He's very fast for anybody that has him at any, I think it's 5 higher. He gets that speed boost like every turn. Yeah, any 5. He gets plus 30% speed every time he kills an enemy, so he gets really fast, really quickly. So
is your girl a whole kitted with boots, is it?
Yeah, I have her with I had to mess with the speed tiers to make sure that she always stays ahead of Callidia, but then I have to make sure she stays behind my Jennifer, which is my other support I run for SP batteries, so I can generate 20 SP onto my Callidia. I have to have Jennifer as the fastest character, so I actually have her geared out with about 70 plus speed. I can't remember the exact number. And then she casts Mega Speed Boost on herself so that she can stay ahead of everybody to pass down the SP to everybody. Which, again, Mega Speed Boost is generally not that good on a character, but when you're running a Kalidia team, you got to stay in front of him to buff him. So it becomes very useful in that case, you know. So that's 3 of my characters. Then my 4th character is actually Usalia or Laharl. I swap it in and out. It depends. I don't know. I'm playing with both. I'm probably gonna bring in Ayame actually over both of them.
Oh,
just because
so
of her.
You're gonna drop a Mega Braveheart.
Yeah. So if you break the math down, Killia self buffs 100% attack, and then you have Mega Braveheart giving you 55% attack, and then Ayame can give 40% attack. So by turn 2, you're at the raid boss 300% attack bonus cap. So you really can't buff higher than that. So, I mean, I'm playing with it right now. I'm thinking about swapping her in just because of the utility that she brings. But for now, it's Laharl or Usalia, depending on content. Usalia, if I know I can just glass cannon it, and then I go for Laharl if it's like the Desco raid, for example. He resists monster damage, so you know he was the better candidate.
Yeah, so you can mix and match them. Yeah, they're quite handy then.
Yep. And then my last character is I swap out either Zeroken or New Year's Roslyn. But the only reason I use New Year's Roslyn is because I give her a fist, so she gets 30 SP a turn, and she just spams heal.
I think her heal's quite expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like I think it's like 30 something, but in raids it works. You know, it's just because I don't have another healer that I bothered raising that will actually benefit the team. So I'm gonna replace them. She's getting replaced immediately with Beach Flan when Beach Flan comes out. That's a very, very strong fist healer that also knows Mega Braveheart, so a lot of utility on that character.
Oh wow! And do you know how far in the future she comes out?
She should actually be right after this. Well, the Zed banner, the Zed and Madeline banner pushed her banner back, so she should be next month, maybe.
Okay. Start of October. We hope then, yeah.
Yeah, I already have 7 any Prinny saved up for her, so.
Jesus. So many Prinnies already.
Yeah.
Do you get a load of them from Quest as other Conquest?
Oh yeah, the Conquest got me a ton of them, so.
Have you finished it?
I'm not done with the zombie one. That one right now is kind of holding me back just because I only have 3 characters that are even remotely leveled with those fortes. I have a Sapphire at 3,400. Then I have my Awakened Roslyn at 3,200, and then my New Year's Roslyn is at 4,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm struggling with the most. I've got hardly any units for that one at all. I've got normal Rosalind at 4,200, and then below her is just an absolute crap heap. I've got Seraphina's. I've got about 3 of them at any one, because just for HL farming, but
I have 5 at any one.
Not gonna quite cut it.
I have 4 any 1 Seraphinas and then 1 any 7 Seraphina. Yeah,
that's too many Seraphinas, I think.
She's the bane of my existence. It's nicer to look at than Hogmisers though. So
yeah, but I had to have Hogmisers for quite a while. Well, I think I'd had the lower version of the Hogmisers, just I can't think what they're called now, but the crapper version.
the only 6% HL.
6% one, yeah. I was stuck with them for so long.
No, that sucks. Oh, I was gonna say I have all my farming teams at I have my 5 any 1 Pirates, my 5 any 1 Seraphinas, my 4 any 1 Flans.
So you're set.
Yeah, it should be good for a bit.
And there's me stuck. I've got 1 any 1 Pirate with 3 Thieves, and then on that team I've got Overlord Kalidia as the sweeper for that team. That's how under summoned I have. So have you did you struggle with the final conquest?
Which one?
That was where the enemy can be 4,900. The slime one, I think it is. So it's monsters and staff ones.
The staff one. Oh, you know what? Actually, I haven't done that one yet either. I have it at hard mode, and I've done, I think, 3 of the hard mode ones, and then again, I only work on fist teams, so my staff team is very low NEs.
they're permanent now, aren't they? So we've got plenty of time to do them.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. To be honest, once Moduline comes out, that's gonna be a lot easier to do anyway.
What are you
So,
summoning
and we're gonna
for Marjoline?
I'm gonna summon for Dupe Zeds because he's gonna be a really strong fist support as well. So
Yeah,
I know we get a free one, but I want him at a higher any. So
yeah. I was doing my review of him the other night, just getting it ready for when he comes out, and he's a bit of an iffy one for me. Yeah, he's good for 'cause he's got Mega Braveheart, and he revives. So again, if he does die, he can come back and do more Mega Bravehearts. But it's just a bit of an odd one about damaging himself. Other than that, I didn't like that too much.
damaging himself.
Yeah, he's got his first skill that it doesn't cost anything. It does some damage to the enemy, but then takes off his health for giving him an attack buff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna use him as a damage dealer, he's not exactly the best. But if you're just using him as a Mega Braveheart bot, he's pretty good for that. Especially because he auto revives. In raids, that's incredibly useful. I actually want to test a theory, and I want to see if I can proc the because it auto revives once. I wonder if that resets when he dies, and you resurrect him with the Celestial Host.
Oh, okay.
I'm
That would be.
wondering if that would.
You want to try and cheat the system?
Just to see if it works. I mean, I found some weird stuff that's worked, so
What else have you found?
I'll take it. Well, there's the whole. Everybody knows about this. The weird. If you manipulate action gauge, you can have multiple. Any passives passed down to the next character. You can mess with speed tiers basically. So let's say I have New Year's Rosalind and I have Dark Artina on my team, right? They both have that any passive that gives New Year's Rosalind's 30% attack and intelligence to the person who acts after her, and then Dark Artina is 40% intelligence to the person that acts after her. So you can actually manipulate, if you can mess with the action gauge of the character, you could basically have them hop forward in front of the other person, right? To get the New Year's Rosalind to pass down the 30%. And then if your Dark Artina's fast, she'll actually just outspeed it and pass that character and be able to buff it again. So you'll have two people passing down their, next person in the turn order.
Yeah, so you get the double stack with the person after.
Yeah, so you can do that. That's one weird thing. I mean, some people are aware of that already from JP knowledge and stuff.
Yeah, I can't say I was, but that does sound good now that you've said it.
Yeah, it's pretty good to use. People generally use, I think, the pink Prism Ranger to do it. I think you can also use Sorokin for it. I'm not sure though. He has a plus 50. Well, I think he does the whole team though, so I don't think that would work. But yeah, you can do it with a few characters, I think. And you just manipulate their action gauge to be weird like that.
I can't say I've even actually heard of the exploits too much. I've not really looked into them.
Yeah, well, this isn't a gameplay exploit, but there's the Conquest Battle exploit that everybody does, where you use your actual team to get the 3-star, and then just hit reset, clear it with just one character. So, it's another one a lot of people do.
How am I not hearing about any of these? I've not even heard that one. Cause I'm barely on the Discord. I try and pop on whenever I can. I try and pop on, get into general, and see what everyone's talking about. But if I'm not on there for a day, I miss all this sort of stuff, and it won't get put on the wiki because they can't put it on the wiki about exploits because they'll patch it out, no doubt.
Yeah, that one. Well, that one's not really like a. That's more just cheating the system, I guess, because they let you reset it, So it helps people that don't have a ton of Forte characters to clear. The staff one actually, or no, not the staff one. The gun, axe, and bow Forte one, you can use Prism Rangers to choose that, so that's pretty useful. Just another bit of information out there.
Yes, it might be a way that I might need to do it with how much my team suck for that.
Yeah, I'm having a problem where I only have 3 characters leveled and there's 4 stages in hard mode, so.
Yeah, I think that's I don't think I've even got enough units to get through hard. I haven't got you're going to need
Mhm.
20. I don't know if I've got 20 of that forte yet.
Yeah, so if you do the Prism Rangers, right? I mean, it's gonna be a little bit RNG heavy, but you can bring 3 Prism Rangers because there's an Axe Prism Ranger, there's a Gun Prism Ranger, and there's a Bow Prism Ranger. So you can bring those 3 and have them spam, friend power like we do for the XP gates. So they'll take up 3 slots. So then you just need a damage dealer, so that's 4 slots. So you just need a 5th person. Doesn't really matter who. I recommend everybody keeps a for the staff one anyway, the Celestial Hostess. If you can get multiple Celestial Hostess and just keep them at any one, it'll help with the staff conquests in the future. So, but for this one, I've been using my Roslyn on one floor, and then I think I used the other one. I don't know. I've just been using random gun units. And then Prism Rangers also, they can cheese the SP for your team too because they have a high chance to team attack.
Yeah, that's why I needed. I relied quite heavily on that for the experience gates when I was doing my Etna method, because
Yeah.
her doppelganger wasn't quite 20 SP yet, so it's 21 SP. So the amount of times I get fallen short of not getting enough team attacks.
Yep. That can definitely happen.
Oh, it was painful to watch at times.
Yep. It's they're useful for stuff like that though. If you need them to cheese that little bit of SP or for filler for conquests, they're pretty good.
So we've had the roadmap out for about a week now. Have you been happy with this month's one?
Um, it's better than what we had last month. That's for sure.
I completely agree with that. Yes,
Uh,
for sure. Yeah.
think my only real gripe is that they have this like little dead 4-day period right now. You'd think that they would know at this point to not leave dead spots like this because it's not good for new players.
No,
If you're trying to get
I guess for us, their saving grace was they released the free conquest at once and reset the old conquest. But for new
mhm.
players, they can't even touch that.
Yeah, it also hurts the game for returning players. Like, for example, I have a friend that, you know, during the Desco raid, he was enjoying the Desco raid at first, and then when he found out he can't use any of his debuffs on the Desco raid, he got kind of bummed because he built his whole team around lowering enemy defense and increasing his own. He has like a gun team, and they all do that. So he was kind of bummed he couldn't do as well in the raid as he wanted to because, the Desco raid didn't let him. So he dropped the game for a bit, and then now that Asagi's coming back, he's a gun main, so he was like, "Oh, I'll play the game again," and he goes to log in, and he has no content. So
Oh, yeah,
for
because
even a returning player,
so there's no way of him even to build up some quartz to save for the
exactly.
Asagis. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's like just when you have new players or returning players and they're joining and they get past that initial farming of like getting your levels up and everything, when there's no content, it does suck. But I mean, at least it's only for a few days. It's not like a whole week or something.
No, it's
But
not. It's
I
not
do
as
feel
bad as
like
it has been.
they should manage the events a little better. If they could always have at least an event up, even if it's not huge, just something like a character gate or a story event or just something. Like literally, the event button when I click on it shouldn't be empty.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Today you can't even click into it.
Yeah, and
I mean, it
I think
wouldn't take
that's
too much at all to have. If they had the story event, maybe at most 1 or 2 day break, then a character gate, then 2 days to recover from
mhm.
that, and then you get another story. It,
Or even right now, we just finished with the Blood Escape, right? Why not just bring in the Majin Etna Gate for now? We haven't seen it in a long time. You got a big
yeah,
dead spot right now.
yeah, it's been a
Bring
few
her in
months.
for 4 days. Have her in for 4 days for people to get their dupes of her that they need, and then you had something in that event bracket. Even if it's that.
Did I haven't actually looked at the Neverworld history. Did the new stages get added for that this month?
I'll be honest. I've been slacking on Netherworld history really bad. I'm
Yep,
still
same.
at Netherworld history Disgaea 1.
I did that
I'm
one,
only
and then
like
I haven't touched any of it after that.
I'm like 2 chapters in on that one. That's it.
So I could guess that they're saying that that is also content, but It's
Yeah.
quite. I think that's quite dull. I don't enjoy doing that one. I find it more of a grind than actual enjoying the story. The stories are quite nice, but the actual
Mm-hmm.
playthrough of it's dull.
I like Netherworld history for people that don't know Disgaea, because it gives them the stories from those games. And like the Disgaea 1 Netherworld history is fantastic in my opinion because Disgaea 1 has the best story. Uh yeah, arguably. I mean, I'm sure someone's going to yell at me for that, but it's known as the most charming game, it's Disgaea. It's the feel of how the whole franchise is. So, letting people that don't have access to a console play that story out, I think's great. My problem is that it's the way they did it. It's not very streamlined, and the rewards you get from it are very minor. You get like what? It's like
It's
10 nether quartz per.
yeah, 10 quartz per level, I think, and then the other two is probably a reincarnation gem, maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah, and when you have like if they handled it like how story events are, where you get 30 per level, then yeah, people would be a lot more enthusiastic to clearing Netherworld history. But
Yeah, I'm sure they could have handled that better to make it a bit more funner. Because it is,
mm-hmm.
I don't want to touch the newer stages because of how badly I struggled completing that first one. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played this guy one, so it was nice reading that story was pretty good. I did enjoy the story,
Mm-hmm.
but then it was grindy doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I think that's definitely a problem with it. If they just streamlined it more, so it wasn't like you get story after you did 20 missions. I mean, it's exaggerated, obviously, but yeah, you get to do so many that you're getting nothing out of, and then you get a little bit of story. It'd be a lot better. Like even if they don't want to give the amount of free quartz of increasing it to 30 each, just get rid of all the filler stages, make less filler stages, and then just do the 30 quartz
Yeah,
on each one.
yeah, that could be handled a lot better. Yeah,
Yeah, have it equal out the same amount, but make it less, mind numbing.
yeah, yeah,
Oh.
because that is exactly what it is.
Hmm. But it's great for people that just want the story. If you don't know the story of Disgaea 1, it's great. Disgaea 5 story is it's not bad, but it's still good, but it's not it's on the weaker end of the Disgaea franchise for sure.
Looks like today I'd on Steam they got a sale on currently, so I got Disgaea 1 and Disgaea 2 for just under a fiver.
That's not bad.
So I thought that was super cheap. I think Haze Inc linked that into the actual Discord. So that's one thing I actually caught on Discord. I saw there was a sale on, so I thought I'd
Hmm.
better nip in and get them.
Yeah, it's Disgaea 1 is 100% a good play, like it plays well. It doesn't have a lot of the new systems that, we're used to in the new Disgaea games, but it's good. It plays kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics almost.
Yeah,
Uh and then you have the story. Story's great. Disgaea 2 is you either really like it or you don't. Like it's just how people are. You have diehard Disgaea 2 fans, and you have people that are like, it's all right.
what did they change the gameplay of it?
No, the gameplay's fine. It's just the if you don't like Adele and Rosalind, you're not gonna like Disgaea 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm not a big fan of them
Yeah.
too. Or their story at least. Their story's not it's not the most exciting story.
Yeah, it's a love story.
Yeah,
Um, a lot of people like Disgaea 3. I do not like Disgaea 3. It's my least favorite. But again, if you don't like the characters, you won't like the game. Similar situation. I detest Rasbarrel, so she's awful.
she was the first unit I pulled on RPG,
I'm sorry to hear that. I
and
have
and
12 of her.
I did not re-roll, so I just stuck with Raspberry as my first unit.
I have 12 of her, I think. It's either 12 or 13 of her now. And I've kept them all separated so I can turn them into printy coins one at a time.
Just waving her goodbye.
Yep. But, in case anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about when I say printy coins, we're going to be getting a future content update where you can sell your characters for printy coins. So, a 4-star unit gives you 2,000 printy coins. A 4-star base character, like somebody natural 4-star.
And then how many coins do you need to get a prinny?
At 10,000 coins, you'll get one any printy. So it sounds like a lot, but if you've been playing for a while, you got a lot of junk 4-star characters.
Yeah,
I promise you.
five dupes isn't too bad.
Exactly. So 5 dupes of a character you don't even want versus them just sitting in your box. Pretty good deal. And then the hides. So you can do 2 any printies and then 100 any printy hides. And the printy hides, I don't know what the conversion rate is. I know they're worse than the any printy though, but it's something you can do. So that's more whale territory, I guess. Maybe not whale territory, but spender. Someone has a lot. Or if you just save your summons for like badass fest banners, or I think they're called fiercest overlord in global, right?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah. So those banners, you'll get a lot of junk 4-star characters anyway. So.
Yes. Speaking of junk, what do you think of the puzzle?
The puzzle isn't a bad idea. It has really poor execution.
Yeah, the way it's been handled is terrible.
Yeah, it's if you wanted to incentivize spending and pulling on banners, even maybe not even spending, just summoning on the banners, that's fine. But the reward is a level 2000 Awaken Rosalind, and most people that are in a position to spend until they get the character on every single banner already have Awaken Rosalind. So even in a target demographic of a spender, there's no incentive.
No, yeah, I get that. They could have if they would have said maybe a 4,900 unit, maybe not a badass one, but if they did a platinum summon one. If they give it to you at any 7, 4,900, if you get these other 9 units, that might have been a lot more incentive for people to summon that way.
Even, to be honest, if they just put a really good character out, they know what characters are good. They're not stupid. So if they just grabbed a really good character and said, hey, it's already NE7, you're going to get this character in NE7 from completing all this. Yeah, even if it was level 1,
yeah, if you get all 9, we're going to give you Pure Sicily at NE7.
Exactly. Like, then, yes, a spender that doesn't have Pure Sicily that high would probably take her, especially because, like, especially on the higher end of things, like spender-wise, they want any 10 characters they're using anyways. So even if they have an extra Pure Sicily in their box right now at, like, NE2 or something, they'll just feed it to the NE7. No big deal.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, if they've leveled up that, that one. But that is something you can do, by the way. When you feed a high any character to a low any character, they just get all the any's. So +1, in case you didn't know, for people that are listening.
Yep, that is one thing I did know, actually. Of the few things I do know, I did know that one. I'm looking at the roadmap right now, and I just remembered the one thing that really annoyed me when I saw it. That they released the Gordon Jennifer banner again now. And then in a week's time, they're adding them to the general pool, or the premium summon pool.
Yeah.
Oh, that really annoyed me when I first saw that.
That's definitely frustrating. The one thing I can say is if you're targeting those characters, I guess it's good. But
who's gonna be doing that?
I mean, if you're a fist main,
for Jennifer maybe now. Yep.
Yeah.
But Gordon and Thursday, oh god no.
Thursday's okay. Gordon's bad. But I mean, at least Thursday has a
Mega Braveheart.
Mega Braveheart.
Yeah, but he is slow as a rock.
Yeah, he is. He's the slowest character in the entire game. He only has 46 speed. It's pretty bad.
Oh, is he officially the slowest? Is he?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
I knew he was slow, but I didn't realize he was the slowest. Oh.
Yeah, he beats out Laharl and all the other really slow characters. Since he's only 46, so they're 47 at least. And he's pretty slow, which is terrible for a buffer, by the way, because you want your buffer to act before your team. So.
Oh yes, you're gonna need boots on him, and then some legend speed innocence.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a lot of resources just for one Braveheart.
Mm-hmm. That, by the way, for people that are going for the Overlord Asagi Usalia team comp, be aware of that. You need a lot of boots. Because you have to get Usalia faster than Overlord Asagi, and Usalia's base speed is not good, and Overlord Asagi's base speed is decent. So, bear in mind, if you're trying to outspeed content, you're going to have to get boots for everyone. So,
It's not the worst
versus
thing.
just
I mean, you can get the lower level boots if you are desperate. That you can get the ones, I think it's at around the shop level 20, something around there. They got 4-speed boots, I think. So you can get that on Thursday in Usalia, and then just leave
Yeah.
Overlord Asagi as just attack.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. There's no problem with doing that. The only issue you'll run into is if you're trying to cheese content. If the enemy's faster than you.
Yes, yeah.
Because you'll have to speed up all 5 members of the team.
Yeah, you're
Might
gonna
be
need
a bit of an issue.
like 15 sets of boots.
Yeah, it's not It's definitely it's something that nobody mentions, so I figured I'd bring it up in case anybody was going for that team comp. I also personally I don't recommend getting more than 3 NE7 Usalias if you're going for that team, because you're gonna replace one. When we get Lise, you're the optimal team strategy. You have to replace an Usalia for her. So
Yeah, I've seen people when they put the screenshots on like the Facebook and they've got the 3 Usalias at NE7. That's nuts.
yeah,
That's a lot of resources for just that one strategy.
yeah, and another big thing that nobody mentions is when we get boss barriers, it won't even work anymore. So that hurts.
So how do them boss barriers work? I've not heard of that.
Basically it's like a barrier that you have to hit a certain element on the barrier to get rid of it, to my knowledge. So if you have a team comp of all of the same character, you don't have very much spell diversity.
Oh, so they'll put like an ice or water barrier around them. You need to do an ice move first before you can actually deal some damage.
Yeah, I think it works like a threshold too. So
Okay.
it's like I mean, I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty sure the way it works is like it's to prevent people from just cheesing the raids like we were against Desco. Like, there's no reason that we should be able to kill an enemy, a raid boss of all things, that is that much higher level than us.
Was it 7,200? Was it? People were beating that
I
one.
think it was 7,000.
7,000 was it? 7,000.
Yeah, I think it was 7,000. I was kind of mad at myself. I didn't have my Laharl and my Usalia with Mega Braveheart yet for that, so I actually didn't get to beat the 7,000 Desco, even though I totally could have if they had it. I only beat I think level 6,000, 6,400 or something.
I'm not sure I even got that high. I didn't have the team for it at that point. I didn't have didn't have Girl the Hole. Yeah, the Battle Pass Usalia was my first Usalia. Girl the Hole had nowhere near Mega Braveheart. Overlord Calidia wasn't strong enough yet, and my second strongest unit was Etna, and she had nothing on Desco at all.
Yeah, my Calidia was level 4,000, I think. 4,100 maybe on the final day. So he wasn't quite at his peak. I mean, he's at 4,900 now, so
yeah,
I know I'll absolutely decimate the raid if they rerun it before the level cap increase. I'm gonna try to get a top 10 this time around. I got 77th place last time.
Oh, nice. So
I did top 100.
The raid event is coming out when the level cap goes up, isn't it? Is that when it's meant to go up? 16th of September.
Yeah, I think so. It's the
So that's when it said the raid's coming back, and I think that's the same date that all the higher level caps are being released as well.
Yeah, it says right there. Well, yeah, it says right here, raid event, visitors from another realm. Is that the Desco raid again though, or is that a new raid?
I believe it is Desco, but a second version.
Okay. Yeah, JP had 2, I think. So.
But I'm not too sure. I think the Fortes are different. I don't know what the Fortes are yet, so I haven't looked too much into it.
The Fortes should be different, but Fist is still a Forte.
So bring it on.
Yeah.
Lydia cannot wait. So that's going to be to get into that top 100, it's gonna be a race between everyone with Overlord Callidia trying to get him up to the highest level possible in that time.
Yeah, it's gonna be exactly. It's gonna be a space race.
That's a lot of keys
It's
gonna be used that in that 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think I'm also gonna have to buy the stupid battle pass too. So, or not battle pass, the what are they
I'll
called?
never pass.
Nether pass. Yeah,
Is that
so I can get my
the
10 in.
the more expensive one? You can use the more keys. Is it? Is that one works?
Yeah, you can do 13 gates a day instead of
Oh, so I'm gonna lose out.
yeah.
I won't buy it.
It To be honest, I don't really recommend getting it. It's not really value unless you're, shooting for top place or something.
No,
But
I did buy the first battle pass. Well, not the battle pass. The cheaper version of the Never Pass. I did that twice when I first started out. Just helped me give
mhm.
a quick start. That did help doing that way.
Yeah, it's not terrible. To be honest, when we were playing at the beginning, it was worth it. I don't think it's worth it anymore. Um, to anybody who wants to be like a light spender on the game, or even a medium spender, I think you're better off either buying just the battle pass, because if they keep giving us 4-star characters like Usalia, and then you're also getting a whole any printy plus 20 actually. I think you get 120 hides and about 2,200 quartz. It's free quartz, but it's quartz for $9.
Yeah, it's still pretty
$10.
decent. Yeah.
It's really good. Just the any printy alone. If you ask a whale, uh, or a heavy spender for people that don't know the term, they buy any pack that has an any printy in it. So
yeah, I was tempted to get the battle pass. I was looking at it on the final day of it being there, and I thought I haven't bought it yet. It is great value, but I just couldn't do it to myself. Trying to stay as free to play as possible is painful at times.
Yeah, what I recommend if you're gonna be a light spender, grab that battle pass, and then we have these weekly printing things too. I'm not saying to get them every week because obviously you're not a light spender if you do, but if you ever come up on a banner that you really want the character on, as long as it's not a badass banner or fiercest overlord banner, sorry, the paid quartz rates are insane. A lot of people don't know that because a lot of people that are free to play, they won't even look at the paid quartz rate. You have a 66% chance to pull the new character.
Yeah,
well, a new character. It's nuts. Yeah. So if you ever get a banner like this Overlord Asagi banner, if you really want one of these characters and you're looking to spend money anyway, to get that paid quartz, to get this really high summon rate, I recommend picking up a weekly one because it's $40, which is a lot for some people.
Yeah, I was going to ask what the dollar rate is. I think it's about £32 in the UK.
Yeah, it's about $40, but you get an any printy, and you're also getting the paid quartz and a few other goodies.
Is it Is it over one summon? Is it over 1,500? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little over one summon if I remember correctly. But I mean, to be fair, if you're really just trying to pick up one of the banner characters, and you don't really care which one, you just want one of them for collection or whatever, 66% chance is really high.
That is really good. I mean, I can see the incentive to do it, but before this weekly pass, that price for the paid Never Quartz, that was insane itself. I couldn't justify that at all.
Exactly. Like the pass we used to always have to get because it's the only pass worth getting. It was 80 for one any printy, and I think you got 4,500 paid, and then I don't remember what the free was. Gave free quartz too, and it totaled up to like 6,400 quartz or something. So that's $80, and people bought that. So for $40, any printy, and you could buy 2 a week, by the way, might I add, if you need to. That pack's gonna be the most bang for your buck, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure someone can't think who it was now, but on the Discord, they did work out the exact like dollar to quartz rate, and that was the best one by quite a margin.
And then on top of that, you're getting that any printy.
And the any printy, yeah.
Those are probably the single most important resource in the entire game.
So what are you got any summon plans for this month?
I'm gonna pull on the Asagi banner. I'll probably get one of each of them and then stop. I'm not gonna look to try to get a bunch of dupes.
Will you do the paid banner?
I might. I'm gonna use all my free quartz first and see where that gets me, and then then I'll see. I don't really need either of them. The only reason I'm even picking them up is because they won't be back until the first year anniversary. So, assuming we follow JP, I mean, for all we know, they'll be back in a week. But
I
I'm gonna
wouldn't
be
be
doing that.
surprised.
But the only real banner I'm like hyped to pull on that's coming up is that Beach banner, just because of I'm a Fist main, so when I get my Fist healer finally.
I'm gonna have to check out. You said that was Beach Flown, was it? Was that one? Is that who you said it
Yeah,
was?
Beach Flan. She has some heavy weapon mastery investment you have to do. The fact that she has Mega Braveheart and is a healer is really strong. Because the Fist team right now, in my opinion, we have too many good characters to fit on the team.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
So, because we need to have, well, you don't need to. You can play the game however you want. But if you're min-maxing, like how I am, you need at least 2 Mega Braveheart characters or attack boosting characters on the team. And then later, when content gets difficult, you need a healer. That will be a thing. You will need a healer. As much as people are like, healing's useless. It will be important later. So, you have your damage dealer, your 2 attack buffing supports, and your healer. You only have 1 more support slot open, and Jennifer sits there because you need the SP battery. So, when you can replace the healer with Flan, who also has Mega Braveheart,
Yeah,
then
I'm looking at her wiki page now, and she does look pretty good. Yeah.
yeah, she's really strong. Nobody talks about her either because she's on the same banner as Beach Girl Laharl, which everybody's super hyped for because she makes spear teams a lot more relevant. And she's Girl Laharl, which everybody just loves anyway.
Everybody loves a bit of Girl Hole. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of reasons for that.
Yep. But Beach Flan, she's a pretty good healer. She has passive healing like how Noelle does.
Yeah, she got 8%.
Yeah.
I just saw. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a little bit better, but the big thing is that she has Mega Braveheart and then she has Giga Heal. So, I mean, Giga Heal, you gotta get all the way to Weapon Mastery 30, so it's a grind, but it's a party-wide HP heal.
Yeah, but so you'd build her as a staff unit regardless, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and then when you're actually doing the content, you slap a Fist on her, just so she gets all the Fist passives. Yeah, she also has S-Bar, which is really nice, because you can remove annoying status ailments.
Yeah, I do hate them as well.
Yeah, and if you're running Ayame on the team, too, any single target attacks, she has a chance to draw them, so she can actually draw the status ailments to get them off the rest of your team.
Yeah, that's a good use of her.
Yeah, unless it's an AoE status ailment, then you're just out of luck. But
you're screwed at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to work on IMA because I'm trying to get my team ready for Sister Artina, and I think after that I'll stick IMA up. I've got a spreadsheet going of which units I'm trying to level up at the same time, so I'll boost IMA up there a bit and try to get her buffed up a bit more.
Yeah, I'm trying to get mine to level 4,000. I think I have her level 3,800 right now. So
that's still pretty decent.
Yeah, I have her 5-star 3,800, and then she's like weapon mastery like 15 or 12 or something on staff. Figured I might as well just grab her support spells because it's not like she's going to be attacking.
No, yeah. Is that basically what you're doing these days? Are you just weapon mastery farming?
Yeah, right now I don't see a point to farm legends at the moment because I already have a legend fist for my Kylidia, and the only character on your team that really needs a legend weapon is your damage dealer. So I've just been farming weapon mastery now that I got the weapon I need.
Yeah, especially with the weapon cap being raised and when the next couple of weeks that's going to be going up. So there's no point farming.
Yeah, that'll be
the R35s when your R36 is coming out soon.
Exactly, unless you're trying to get boots, because there actually is no other boots until R40, I think.
Oh, what's a promotion Vernier? That's the last one. I think that's what they're called.
Yep, promotional Vernier or Vernier or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Words are hard, especially on Game of Disgaea.
Yeah, the pair of boots that looks like a super robo suit. That one.
Yeah. When I first saw it, I didn't realize it was boots.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
I looked at it and thinking, oh, this is like a new different sort of armor, and then it took me a while before I was actually got 4 speed. It must be a boot.
Yeah.
It took me ages.
Yeah, it's boots. It is considered boots, which does come into play, by the way. There are a few characters that buff based off of your equipment.
The boot ally ones, yeah.
I think actually Bunny Seraphina boosts boot-wearing allies. I'm almost positive. And she's also a really strong human support. She has Mega Braveheart, and she buffs humans passively. Yep, shoe-equipped allies attacking in it plus 13%. So, yeah.
So boots are handy. Boots are good.
Yep, boots are good. I mean, to be fair, 9 times out of 10, you're just gonna have boots on everybody anyway. So
Yeah, I tend to stick to boots or belts. That's my go-to thing.
mm-hmm.
For Kalidia, it's always belts because I don't want to hit any faster at all.
I was about to say that for Kalidia, you're kind of better off just slapping belts on him because he really doesn't need the HP or I mean the speed. Also, I think on Sapphire, people slap belts on her if you're using her as a damage dealer. Because, believe it or not, she's actually a pretty solid gun damage dealer right now, just because guns don't have another character with a low-cost AoE. So.
No, because, Awakened Rosalind doesn't have one, does she? And
no. She has Shotgun
Rosalind.
Craft. It's expensive, though. It's not exactly... I mean, for her, it's cheap, but it's also Fire Element, which could really hurt the damage depending on who you're fighting.
Yeah.
But it'll be useful for boss barriers.
It will be.
Yep. I don't think we get those for a while. I think we got like a few raids
We
before
think
that.
it's going to be after the first year, probably. We're closer to that.
Yeah, I think they start refining the game a bit more later on because late game is basically just my stats are really high, so I kill everything.
Yeah, that seems to be
You know?
that's the feeling I sort of get from it is just the highest stat wins.
Yep, which regrettably is the case for a little while until we start getting more unique content. Like later on, like it'll change a lot when we get the debuff and buff rework, which actually I think is this month as well. I think they mentioned that we're going to be getting they're going to change the debuff cap to 80% instead of 100%. Because right now, I don't know if you know this, but the way the damage formula works, if you get somebody to 0 defense, you just do stupid damage to them. Like, it's insane how much damage you can deal. Like, I'm talking hundreds of trillions.
They're going to cap that at 20.
Yeah, you'll only be able to get them down to 20% of their defense.
Okay.
So. But right now, it's, like I said, it's literally hundreds of trillions of damage if you just get them to 0 and hit them with a really hard attack, with a high attack character.
This is what Oremo was explaining it to me a bit about he's trying to get his rank on the data shop up, and I sort of missed I missed the point that then defense dropped down to 0 is why he's doing it now instead of waiting. That'll be why.
Yeah.
that went over my head a little bit.
They actually reset the damage tiers when they changed that, by the way. A lot of people don't know that, but that does happen.
They reset it?
At least in JP they reset it.
Okay.
So it'll probably get reset here. That's why I haven't really cared too much. I wanted to get top 10 in damage, but I was only able to get to, I think, like 255th place, and I'm like, wow, I'm like, people are dealing, because I dealt with no armor breaks. I dealt 107 trillion damage.
I'm trying to think where I got to now. I think am I in the game currently? I think I was around mid 200s in the end. Before I stopped trying, I think I got 400 trillion.
Yeah,
I think around that.
Armor break.
that was without. I think that was without armor break.
Without armor break.
Yeah, I think it was spamming Mega Braveheart on Kalidia, and waiting till it was the last enemy. I'll check at what I got.
7 trillion.
471 trillion, and that was with no armor break. That was all just Mega Bravehearts.
What enemy were you fighting?
This was stage 1 of the main story on easy, it was the prison level one, so that's the first chapter, the last level on that one. It was just Mega Braveheart as much as possible, because of Eusalia can do it every turn with her SP plus whatever she gets.
And
then with Overlord Kalidia, the last enemy did Ferocious Symbol.
Oh, I'm crazy. I have 738 trillion. Yeah.
So what number are you then?
232.
So I'm 471 or 471 trillion at number 271, and you've got close to 300 million more, 300 trillion more, and only 40 places up from me.
Yep, that's why armor break's stupid.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if you use Mega Armor Break, it gets asinine. Because you can hit 0 defense, and then the damage formula freaks out because you're hitting against 0.
I can't quite fathom what's going on.
Yeah, people get insane numbers. It was Hammy was telling me that. I don't know if anybody knows Hammy and that's watching.
I know of Hammy. Yeah.
Yeah, he posts a lot of stuff on the Discord. He has a YouTube as well, I think, but I don't know what it is. I don't know the handle, but
But he does
no.
exist. He's a person.
Yeah, he does exist, and he's probably one of the better characters, or not characters, players that plays. He does a lot of damage. He does like showcases of clearing content like day one.
I didn't know that. I don't know if he's actually in the creator content group or not.
He doesn't have a creator content
Oh,
tag.
he just does his own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I brought that up recently in the Discord. I'm like, Hammy, why don't you have one? He's like, I don't really create content. I'm like, yeah, you do.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
watching you shit on something is content.
A video is content. As whatever it is, it's fine.
Yeah. So.
I mean, what he does is probably more useful than what I do. I just talk about someone's wiki page, and then he's actually showing you content on how to smash something.
Yeah. I guess like his logic is he's like, I'm not teaching anybody how to do it. I'm just shitting on it.
Yeah, okay.
So-
He's not talking over how he's doing it.
No.
They could be doing it that way.
Yeah. I mean, like, whatever though. I consider it content.
Yeah, it is,
I've
yeah.
used his. I've looked at it and went, wow, I could do that, and then I did it. So.
Yeah, if it's on YouTube and you can watch it, and it's for the
Mhm.
game we play, it's definitely content.
But yeah, he posts stuff every now and then. But
I'll have to
the
message him and see where he is, see what his page is.
yeah. We do have a public Discord though, as we've mentioned already, and if anybody ever needs help, especially new players, we have a help section. Everybody's generally pretty responsive, so.
Yeah, I do keep planning to try and post the link to the Discord in my video descriptions, but I tend to forget that quite a lot. But I'll try get it on this one anyway.
Yeah, it's a useful resource. A lot of people are on it. We have a lot of JP players on it too.
And
They
as
can
far
give
as
you any
Discords
information.
go, it is not a toxic one. It's a very friendly one.
Yep. Yeah, generally. I mean, we have our memes, but other than that, pretty healthy.
Yeah. I think it's definitely as far as Discords I've seen previously, it's a good one. I think before I joined at the start, people said there was quite a bit of anti-Semitic stuff going on, but they quickly got removed.
Yeah. The mods are really good in the Discord.
Yeah.
They get rid of anything that we've had. Everybody has it. You get that one crazy guy that joins the Discord and just starts shouting.
They're everywhere,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, they're everywhere. You can't really get rid of them, but the mods do get rid of them. They just they gotta read it and do research because something could be out of context if you just send a screenshot, so they gotta actually scroll through everything. But I think the mods are pretty good personally.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like
I've
part
had
of
no
I'm
trouble.
I just talk on the Discord. It's not like I'm involved in it, but I mean that's what I've gathered.
So the last thing I
Well-
will ask you before I let you go, because we've been over an hour now,
Mhm.
is
Yep.
is there anything from Japan that you're most looking forward to coming over to Global?
I'm a big NIS fan, so all of the NIS collabs, like I will drop Kylidia instantly the second Overlord Prior comes out. That will be my new character. I promise. And
if you pull her,
yeah, well, there's no if, when.
I will have her.
Yep. I should have my guaranteed 45,000 quartz pity by then.
Oh,
so.
yeah, the pity will be out. Okay, yeah. So even then, I think
Yep.
I'll even say for her then as well, because I know she's decent.
Yep. She's gimmicky, but I like gimmicky characters because they're fun. So, her, Zeta, who just came out in JP, so we're not gonna have him for like a year and a half, but another character that I will instantly pick up.
Is that the one
And
from
will be-
Makai Kingdom? Is it that one, Zeta?
Yes,
Yes.
Makai Kingdom.
Makai Kingdom. Yeah.
Fantastic game, by the way. If anybody hasn't played it, it's definitely worth a play.
I have
Zeta
actually.
as a
I've
character.
just downloaded that on an emulator, and I do try planning on streaming that at some point in the future. Because
Definitely
I've
do.
never played it before, so I thought I'm gonna try stream this one and see how that goes.
Zeta is comically overpowered. So, in his own lore. And in the game, to be honest, they made him pretty nuts. His character in Sky RPGs is really strong. Who else? The ReZero collab. I'm looking forward to that too. I actually don't really care much about ReZero personally, but the fact that we have a gimmicky character coming out in Oni Rem.
Yeah,
The,
I haven't seen too much about the ReZero stuff. I know it's coming, but that's all I know so far.
The way she works, she has to not have full health to get her damage boosts, and then all of her attacks hurt her by like 5% of her max health. So you have to like play this fun little game of managing her HP as a resource.
Okay,
So
so that's in the future, healers will be a bit
Yep.
handy, keeping her
hmm
high health but not at full health.
Yep, definitely. You want to make sure she's not like 100% at the start of the wave. So, best way to handle that, in my opinion, though, is just heal her at the beginning of the wave, then have her do an attack, and she'll be down 5%. She should live if she's only down 5%. You know.
Yeah, she should do.
But
If she can't handle 95% damage, then she's not strong enough, is she?
yeah. So she seems fun. There's a few other characters here and there that look like they'll be interesting, but I care less about the meta and more about who I think's gonna be fun, which is funny since I make the tier list. But
Yeah, it's a bit contradictory yet.
yeah, I'm aware of the meta, and currently I play the meta because I like the character that is meta, and that's just how it's been. But it's good to be aware and just know what's good and what isn't.
Yeah,
For when
I
you
think
need
that's
it.
what I've sort of similar gone for. Tyrant Valvatorez came out and Awakened Roslyn. I had zero interest in them at all.
Mhm.
And then Callidia, I liked his character. He looked pretty cool, so all in for him.
See, I'm a big
he's meta.
Disgaea 4 fan. Big Disgaea 4 fan, so I had to pull for Tyrant Valvatorez the second he came out. So
Oh,
I got him.
is he one of the main characters in that game?
he is the main character.
He's the main one.
Yeah, so Valvatorez, the main character of Disgaea 4, that was him in the past when he was basically Dracula.
Okay, yes, yeah, I've read that in the in-game story.
Yeah, so he's that was like his past self, and Disgaea 4 has really good pacing in the sense that they have you play the whole game as Valvatorez and mention how he used to be Tyrant Valvatorez and everybody feared him and he was like this incredibly powerful, demon. And then after you beat the game, you could play the DLC that takes you into that time period and you play as Tyrant Valvatorez in it. So it's good writing in my opinion, the way it's paced. I don't know, just play the game.
Yeah, as you can probably tell, Disgaea RPG is my first Disgaea game, so I have no knowledge of any of the previous games at all. So it's always nice when people tell me about all the ones they liked and what ones they enjoyed.
Well, welcome to the fandom.
So number
It's,
4, number 1. That's the way to go.
Yep. I think Disgaea 1's the best starting point, in my opinion. If you can, actually, they just did Disgaea 1 complete. But, I mean, you just got Disgaea 1 for PC for dirt cheap, so just play that one. But
Yeah.
Disgaea 1 complete actually has more post-game content, so a little bit more fun, but they're both good games. It doesn't matter which one you play. Disgaea 4, in my opinion, is actually the best Disgaea, because the story's really good, and the gameplay's really good.
What did you think of 6?
So, I've played the demo of 6. I really enjoyed the demo. I just haven't had time to play the game yet, because, a Disgaea game is an investment. They take hundreds of hours.
Hours, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I gathered that. That's why I'm a bit skeptical about starting one, because I don't have enough time to get onto a Discord, let alone start a Disgaea game.
So it depends. If you're just gonna play the story, and that's all you care about, it should probably only take you like maybe 60, 80 hours, give or take, in Disgaea game. If you know nothing, like if you don't know what you're doing,
Yeah,
probably about that long.
that's me.
If you're gonna do all of the post game, it could be long.
So is it usually the same? Because I've heard people say like beating Overlord Baal. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Baal,
Baal, yeah.
whatever you want to call him.
Baal.
Yep. He's always a super boss. In every Disgaea game, he's always gonna be a challenge. He's generally the hardest thing in the game. He's actually not from Disgaea. A lot of people think he's from Disgaea. He's not, which is funny.
We've got his own game.
His first game was La Pucelle Tactics, which is Priere's game.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I didn't know
actually,
that.
Yeah, he's a super boss in her game.
Yeah.
And then
he gets around.
NIS, all of the games are linked to an extent. They all show up in each other's games, so he's just shown up in every game since. So.
He's the big dude.
He's actually a gag character in Makai Kingdom, because that's just the power scaling of Makai Kingdom. When I say Zed is comically overpowered, I mean he's comically overpowered.
Oh. Well, so it's gonna be impossible to beat him unless you put in major farming time in.
In every Disgaea game, yeah, basically,
Okay.
because he's always level cap. He's always he's just immensely strong. You have to have all your gear on point, all your level capped, reincarnated a bunch. reincarnation works different in regular Sky games than in Sky RPG. So it's like a bank. You bank your reincarnated levels, and they increase your stats. So it's a little different.
Okay.
But
Yep, I'll give
um,
them a go and I'll see how I fare with them. I think.
yeah. Definitely start with 1. If you don't like 2, then don't give up on the series because, like I said, it's hit or miss. Same with 3. I don't know many people that hate 4, so you're probably good there. 5 has good gameplay and a weak story, but really good character designs. And 6, I can't really give an opinion on because, like I said, I've only played the demo, but I did like the demo, so I'll probably pick up the game when it goes on sale or something.
That's what I tend to wait for. Right then, I think we will call it a night there. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Yep, no problem. As always, everybody is welcome in the public Discord. Everybody's there to help you out. We have a, help section, question section, tons of players that'll be willing to help you at any time of the day. We have a lot of,
Yeah, everyone's always willing to help.
Yep, for the most part. You might get somebody that'll meme on you, but I mean, I doubt it if you're new. But thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks for coming on.